you guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
4, 3.
Hey there, and we're back for Convincing Idiots, episode 247, segment 2. Brian, we are coming up on the 4th of July. Here in America, we are celebrating our Independence Day, 249 years of being America, the United States of America. And I don't know about you, but I always feel patriotic, a little more patriotic around this time. And we did this last year or 2 years ago. But you know what? America's so damn good, we're giving it a sequel.
That's right.
This is the most patriotic movies, or Mount Rushmore, because again, patriotism, or Mount Rushmore of patriotic movies. The sequel. So, Brian, I actually went back today and listened to that episode.
Oh my gosh! When was it? A couple years ago?
I don't know. I was able to pull up this bit. You actually broke it down into a segment.
Okay.
And played it. So I listened to that. And with Apple now, you can read what's being said. So it was much easier to skim and read it. So I was able to not make the same list.
Oh boy, I guarantee I have overlap. Guarantee it.
So I'm going to go ahead. Why don't you start? Why don't you start with and show us your patriotism by giving us your number? Well, not in any particular order, but your first name on your Mount Rushmore of patriotic movies.
I'm sure. Sure. I'm sure I had this on my other list here too, but I just love it. It's like to watch it every year. It's a great movie to watch this time of year, outdoor movie, etc. Such a goofball movie, but I love it anyway. Don't care. Rocky IV. Rocky versus Ivan Drago. USA versus Russia. Rocky single-handedly stops the Cold War by,
of course,
somehow miraculously turning the entire arena of Russia
right,
rooting for him. Just
if I
nutty.
Can change, anybody can change.
You got the whole president, whatever it is, standing up applauding. It's just like, oh my god, this is so corny and nutty.
He changed Mikhail Gorbachev over to democracy's side in one punch, or maybe a few.
Oh man,
Rocky Balboa was.
Yeah, so good. And then the whole, of course, the whole scene with Apollo Creed fighting Ivan Drago, James Brown coming out, living in America.
Coming to America.
Yeah.
Say it again. Wow.
So good. Yeah, I know we both love the whole training montage. That's some of the best. That's some of the best filmmaking ever. I don't care what anybody says here. I just love all that goofiness with, Sylvester Stallone doing all the old school training and everything. So it's just a lot of fun. You just put everything aside and say this is a nutty goofball movie. It is like the polar opposite of the original Rocky practically, but it's just a lot of fun, and it does make you feel patriotic.
It does. It does.
So yes, so that's definitely on my remains on. It was on my list, and I'm sure it was somebody's list. It remains on mine.
On your list last time as well.
Go. There you go. Great
consistency.
Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell two enemies.
All right. So I'm going to go Lincoln 2012. I don't know if you've seen
Okay.
it. Daniel Day-Lewis as Abraham Lincoln. It is a long movie. It is a Daniel Day-Lewis movie, and it is one of the best. I want to say best portrayals of a president on film, but like you don't know actually what Lincoln sounded like, or you know what I mean. You only have people writings of him, but it is such a goddamn good movie. It really kind of gives you a glimpse into it's really just a small span of a time period. Like it's trying to get his cabinet to agree to the Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay.
It's really good. It's dark, and when I say dark, I mean like the lighting. Like it looks like they didn't have fucking lights back then. It was candles and at night and stuff. But it really good. I really highly recommend Lincoln. So I love that time period in American history. The Civil War era. So Lincoln from 2012 is first one on my list.
Very good. I never saw it. Never. It's one of those things where I even had a copy of it at one point, like a burned copy of it. It was just one of those things where I need to sit down and I knew it was long.
Yeah.
As I got to get to it. And I never made the time to watch. And it's one of the better actors of our time, certainly. Right, Daniel Day-Lewis. So,
he quit acting to be a cobbler. I don't know if you knew that.
Really? No, I didn't know that.
He fixed shoes or some shit. No, yeah.
Wow.
He quit acting.
Amazing.
I bet he's a really good cobbler.
I definitely need to watch it.
Yeah, you definitely
Didn't
should.
he win Best Actor for that? Did he win Best Actor for that as well?
He probably won it for a bunch of different things.
Yeah, I know he's won it. I know he has won some. But yeah, okay, all right, very good. Great choice. Okay, I'm sure I have repeats here, but I don't care. Captain America, the first Avenger, the first Captain America movie. That is, if you don't feel a sense of patriotism watching that movie, I don't know, man. So it's just, again, another one that's over the top, but just a great story. I mean, the Steve Rogers story is such
the American story.
It really is.
It's an underdog.
Underdog, and just wants so badly. Steve Rogers, of course, in the comics and portrayed in the movie, very, very, good by Chris Evans. I mean, he was a skinny guy that had health issues, and he just wanted to serve his country. That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
He so badly wanted to serve his country, but he couldn't enlist because of his health issues, that he volunteered for that super soldier experiment just to serve his country. Of course, became Captain America, and then there you go. And the whole movie is just full of, it's Captain America fighting the Nazis and everything. It's just so good.
Should be.
Yeah, absolutely. So
yeah, it's one of those that first time I saw it, I was very surprised to see, or to feel something.
Yeah.
In a superhero movie, they're like, wow, you know what I mean? They have like feeling and heart to it.
Yeah, it really does. I haven't watched it in a few years now, but it's we need to work it into the July 4th rotation this year.
Absolutely.
Just very solid movie. Yeah. And stands alone. I mean, it sets up other stories. Okay. But that is one of the Marvel movies that you can watch that movie, and if you didn't watch any other, it would be fine. It's a good, solid story, start to finish, and there you go. You can enjoy it in that respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
What else you got, Dean?
All right. When you saw my hand up, that's going to be where you edit. I'll be back in a second. They just walked in.
Sure. Who could bring more joy? All right.
Okay.
Lead you back in?
Yeah. Ask me what my next one is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. 4, 3. All right, Dean. What is next on your list, sir?
1998. Saving Private Ryan.
Hmm.
Saving Private Ryan is, by most accounts, not an easy watch. It is. It is.
Yeah.
From what I hear, I've never been to war, but from a lot of people has said it's a very, very accurate depiction of battle. I remember there was a lot of reports of like World War II veterans when it came out having to get up and leave the theater, because of how true to form it was.
Wow.
And just to see what those boys went through, uh, storming the beach of Normandy, it was wild. But it showed the camaraderie, that troop, their mission was to save one guy. Was to go find Private Ryan, and it showed the camaraderie in a group of regardless of how they actually felt about the mission, they were there to do a job. They were there for a mission. They were there for each other. And what's more patriotic than being there for your fellow brother, whether it be on a battlefield or really anywhere else? I mean, that's what it's all about. So
yeah,
that's my number 2, Saving Private Ryan.
Good one. Good one. All right. Mine's all like goofy comedy, whatever, and
That's good. That's good.
popcorny, that type of stuff here. I'm going to add Stripes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Stripes, Bill Murray and Harold Ramis, John Candy. It's such a great comedy lineup in this movie. But there are definitely bits and pieces of patriotism in the movie. Okay, the third act gets a little wonky with her, fighting the Russians and this and that, to get their, guys out. But there's something to that. Go ahead. You gonna say something? Go ahead.
I'll argue. I'm gonna argue that point.
Sure.
You say third act's corny and screwball, but really, given the first act, the first 2 acts, the third one is what makes it patriotic. It is taking these knucklehead screw ups and and putting them through basic training and all of this to actually, do what they were taught.
Yeah, I mean, that's I'll give you that. That's a good point. That's
So
a good point.
the third act was because.
Yeah, I'll give you that. And I do really like the speech that Bill Murray gave in the barracks about the whole, we are the wretched refuse. They were American soldiers. It just the whole that was like, when he just got everybody's attention. He set himself up as a future leader there and stuff like that. And of course, the whole them training together, coming together to pass basic training and everything. So it is a fun movie. It definitely has some. It's a comedy, but it definitely has a lot of patriotism throughout.
Yeah.
So you haven't watched Stripes lately, definitely check out. Also, the great John Larroquette. Young John Larroquette is prominent in that film
I love
as
John
well. Absolutely. So, what else you got, sir?
All right, 1976. Robert Redford, Dustin Hoffman, All the President's Men. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, how in the hell is this a patriotic movie? There's nothing more patriotic than keeping our government's feet to the fire. Keeping, we as citizens, like the Constitution says, it's our country, it's our right and our duty to keep our government honest, and that's what the break-in at Watergate, that whole scandal, and ultimately with Nixon resigning, what Woodford and Bernstein did was the most patriotic, freedom of the press, patriotic thing two people could do. Is preach truth to power.
Good.
So that is why All the President's Men is one of the most patriotic movies in my eyes.
That's good. Nice. Good choice. Good way to look at it.
What you got next, Brian? Can I call you Bry Guy? Has anybody ever gave you that nickname?
Bry Guy? No.
Oh.
No.
I might try it on for a little bit, see what happens.
My dad said one reason he named me Brian is because he couldn't shorten the name. He didn't like, for whatever reason, he didn't like that. But then I would have some girlfriends call me Bry or that type of thing. But yeah, I don't hear it very often. So
you could even knock off the BR and just go as Ian.
Yeah, I suppose. Suppose I could.
I mean, not at this age, but you could have if you thought about that, in your youth.
I'm looking at my list here. I want to put Apollo 13. Apollo
Very
13. I was going back and forth. Do I have it on my main list or do I have it as honorable mention? I want to put it back on the main list here. So, just a great movie. First of all,
yep.
That really encapsulates the American spirit. With those guys just putting their lives on the line to go up into space, and the ingenuity to survive. It's like you said, the camaraderie. It's in that respect as well. Absolutely, yes, absolutely. It just such great roles and great acting. The great Tom Hanks and others certainly. I mean, just plenty of solid acting throughout that entire film. So
there were
great
plenty
movie. Go ahead.
There certain events made the collective, us as a collective group, come together for if not for a brief moment, to rally behind something or someone. And that was it. That waiting to see if we could get the guys from Apollo mission back and back alive. Everybody was glued to their TV. They were keeping track on the newspaper. Just collectively as United States of American citizens, we were vested in that story.
Yes, you're right. You're right. And you see those events like that, and yeah, it's unfortunate sometimes where it takes something like that to bring people together, but it does show that this nation is capable of putting aside everything for a, like you said, for a brief period, for a common interest, a common good, or whatever it is. And that in itself, we like to believe anyway, is certainly a part of America that's all but forgotten too often these days. I shouldn't say all but forgotten, but it's forgotten a lot these days, but
yes,
is still probably within most of us at
it's
the
still
end of the
there.
day.
It's still there.
Yeah.
I believe the spirit is still there. We are all in a sense good still. It's just some of us lose our way more often than not, and unfortunately, stuff like that is makes us remember that.
Sure.
So.
Well, I guess that's one reason. If you like movies that are patriotic, like we do, that's one reason you enjoy them, I guess.
That's right.
Remember that stuff. All right, so Apollo 13, what else you got, sir?
My next one, Gettysburg. Going back to the Civil War, Gettysburg was the swing battle that caused the swing in the Civil War. Robert E. Lee. You have one of the bloodiest battles in American history, let alone just a Civil War. And it was, you're talking about courage and selflessness, all soldiers, exemplify that. But we were fighting against each other. This was literally cousins on cousins, brothers on brothers. That's not just a cliche. That's literally what was happening. And to see that in movie form, to see that in live action of what it actually took, with legs being blown off and cannonballs. Because think about it, this is the 1860s, the type of warfare. They were running at each other and stabbing each other. Come on. Could you imagine? And these were young kids. Some of these were like teenagers, right? Could you imagine 14 years old and having a cannonball shot at you? It's not really my bag, but I also am not brave. So, but yeah, Gettysburg is a. I chose that because it is a solemn reminder of what our patriotism is based on.
Very good. Excellent.
I'm really a Debbie Downer on all these, aren't I?
No, but that's those are like you said, those are good movies to reflect on patriotism in different ways. It's not all fun and positivity, you know what I mean? So there's some dark history of this nation that you really shouldn't forget.
Right.
To your point. So okay. Not quite as dark as that one, but Independence Day.
That's a good one. Yep.
Yeah, just again, if there's a definition of a popcorn patriotic film, that's definitely way up there. Very entertaining movie. Will Smith, is it Bill Pullman as the president?
Yes.
Yeah.
The speech he gives at the end before the final battle, I put that up against any speech in film history. It is it make you run through a fucking wall.
Absolutely, so good. And with prior episode we did a while ago, favorite fictional presidents, of Bill Pullman, I think, was our top collective.
He was our top
pick.
Yep, that's
because of that speech and him, going up in in the ship to fight, on the plane rather, to fight and everything. So, good stuff. I haven't watched that in a couple of years, but a lot of fun, great movie, and that definitely as patriotism all through that film as well. Plus, Jeff
Absolutely.
Goldblum's in it, right? Too. So, I mean,
Right.
come on.
So
What else? I mean, I don't know what you want, really.
that's all you have to say.
Yeah.
Judd Hirsch, I mean, as his father, come on.
That's right. Yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah.
David, why are you running? Oh, these schmucks are trying to get out. Where then schmucks trying to get back in? David. Fucking love it.
That was a good movie. I got to go watch that. Yeah.
All right. My last one here. It's a little more lighthearted than the rest I've gone with. Forrest Gump. 1994's Forrest Gump. Not only does it give you a brief glimpse into American history, but he is like the American dream. And not the American dream doth erode, baby, but he is the American dream as you know it. Forrest Gump, if an idiot from Alabama in the 1950s can be the linchpin in American history, then we all stand a chance, right?
Right.
He is the American dream. The soundtrack alone is American history. I mean, if you listen to the soundtrack, pick it up. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, there's some of those scenes just really just as American tugs at your heartstrings, right? And it doesn't sugarcoat it. It shows you, the awfulness of war. Some of the awfulness of American in general. But you got to take that awfulness with the good and the bad, and in hopes that the good ultimately does outweigh the bad. That the truth and goodness of the American people will overcome the bigotry and hate of its lesser parts.
It's good.
Forrest Gump, 1994.
Nice.
Yeah, last one, Brad.
I think that was my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I did my.
There we go.
My 5. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah. I got a couple. Well, Apollo 13. And the Hamilton. They put it. They filmed it, so I'm calling it a movie. They put it on Disney Plus. So I'm calling it a movie. It's just that's a fun one. Hopefully that play / movie got people to watch it for what it was, and then just and wanted to go and learn more about the revolution, the American Revolution. So that's why I consider it patriotic, is for the fact that it could venture and make people want to go, you know what, I should read a little more about this. I should, learn a little bit more about where we come from, who we are. So, and then the last one is the Chicago 7. Have you ever seen it?
No.
It was a film. It was about these. It was the 7 guys that were put on trial for. They were saying they orchestrated the riots in at the Democratic National Convention in '68. I want to say. It was Sacha Baron Cohen played the main character. It's a really good movie. It's Abby Hoffman, Bobby Seale, Jerry Rubin. It's all those guys that were put on trial. The government, said we need to get these hippies off the streets, and this is the people that are leading them, culturally leading them. Sacha Baron Cohen plays Abby Hoffman. It is a really good movie. Definitely not a what you're used to seeing Sacha Baron Cohen play. It's a serious role. But these guys were entertaining in the courtroom. They did honestly not take it serious because they knew what sort of bullshit the charges were. It was just the government trying to get them, trying to prove a point that these hippies are, and let's get counterculture and drive it into the ground and kill it. But Sacha Baron Cohen, Eddie Redmayne, Jeremy Strong, Yaha Abdul-Mate, Mark Rylance, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's really good at it too. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Again, it's the Trial of Chicago 7. Okay. Definitely watch it. Very good.
All right. Did it?
That's my honorable mentions.
Okay. Let's see. I've got The Patriot, which I may have had on my list prior, but The Patriot, Mel Gibson, fighting the British, as a whole. It was a very patriotic movie. Kind of a sad movie, but definitely patriotic. Top Gun, Dean. You could pick both of them, honestly.
Absolutely.
Both Top Gun movies. I mean, the fighter jets, the music. I mean, it's just, rooting for America, the Air Force. I mean, that's just, both those movies are patriotic.
You can play the Star Spangled Banner and all of us will go, yeah. Your chest sticks out a little bit more, right, Brian?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your chin goes up. There are 2 scores also in cinema history. That is the Top Gun theme and the Rocky theme. Both of those themes will put a sense of patriotism in the cuckles of your heart and make you want to box people and fly airplanes.
Yeah, I agree with you. Plus, I get similar excitement as any Kenny Loggins song in general.
Sure,
any.
Yeah.
Miracle. The story about the U.S. hockey team, defeating Russia in the Olympics. Kurt Russell is the coach, is great. Even if you're not really a hockey, that's right. Even if you're not really a hockey fan, I defy you to watch that movie and not have a sense of excitement and pride in America to watch that movie.
Absolutely.
I want to put Superman 2 in there. Most of the movie it was Superman, first of all. I mean, Superman represents, the American way.
Truth, justice, and the American way.
That's right. But there's a scene at the end where, Christopher Reeve in all his glory as Superman flies the American flag that goes on top of the White House and puts it back on the White House. And it sees the president and says, hey, I know I've been away for a while, but I'm here and this and that. It's just like, Superman is here to, fight for America and everything. That little scene in itself, it puts it on my list as honorable mention.
But we don't need to even discuss the ridiculousness of that just putting the pole into cement and that's going to be fine. The fact that the president's like, do you know what we just went through and you were gone? You could have been here like fucking 3 days ago and fixed this.
That's right.
Thanks.
And just a great, fun, ridiculous movie.
Retaliation. That president sicked ice on him.
That's right. Team America World Police.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Great movie by the guys that made South Park. Just if you've never seen this, it's not a family movie, but it's literally marionettes. The entire film is marionettes in that. But it's his whole American fighting force that fights in North Korea and other things, and just a lot of great fun, and a very extended sex scene of marionettes. It really blows your mind. Blows your mind. But it definitely is a patriotic film. That is for sure. I mean, the theme of the movie is America. Fuck yeah. That's the name of the title track in the film. If you listen to that, don't get excited. I don't know what to tell you there either. So, Team America, World Police.
Very good. Very good.
That's what I got. There's so many out there, plenty more, but that's what I got on my list, sir.
I don't know about you, Brian, but I feel twice as patriotic as when we started the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll just
I'm
remind
pissing
everybody.
red,
Go
white,
ahead.
and blue.
What's that?
I'm pissing red, white, and blue right now.
Yeah. We might go to the doctor for that,
Yeah,
actually.
kind of itches. Yeah, I should see somebody.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, that's right. We've done it again.
red,
we
white,
have,
and blue.
We're right. Yes, that's right. We've given that. We've given our all. We've given the globe really fine American entertainment value for free.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So we'll just remind everybody where you can find us again. Where you can find us on all major podcast platforms, wherever you listen. Give us a free follow or subscribe. Keep watching us on our YouTube channel. If you're watching us now, you know exactly where it is. What's that?
It's important. It doesn't take anything but to push a little button for following or to like us. Write a comment. Even just go, you're right, these guys are neat. It helps us out.
It does.
You know how many fat suits we go through?
Yeah.
Come on, people, help us out.
That's right. That's right. At least once a week.
Yeah.
One a week.
It's exhausting.
That's right. And again, find us, go to Google Linktree Convincing Idiots to find links to our social media. Go to the website, convincingidiots.wordpress.com.
Where there's also you can throw us a couple shekels here and there if you felt like it.
That's right. You give us a regular donation one time, whatever, you throw us 50 cents. Like I say, we get us another Genesee tall boy or something like that.
Still 17 cents to play with.
That's right. That's right. Exactly right. So come back again soon. We may take a break next week for the holiday week. But
I'm going to
yes, that's right. That's right. But yeah, come
bear.
A patriotic bear. That's right.
Yeah, I'm actually going to. I'm going to Tennessee, and I'm going to train in the mountains like Rocky did. There's going to be no snow, but at the end, I fight a bear. We're going to save the hot war this time.
That's right. Tune in for that. That's right. Tune in for that story. Tune in for more stupidity each and every week. And have we convinced you that we are truly part of the American way?
Poked myself in the eye.
Hi, this is Millennial Nick, along with Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. Hey, if you liked that video, which we really hope you did, you should like and subscribe. That would be great.
Ham grape.
Oh, wait.